And we will be bringing you the second end of tonight's doubleheader here from Queensborough, as the Queensborough Tigers will take on the Kingsborough Wave on the men's side. I'm Joe Massey along with Sean Couch. And Sean, we look forward to this time of year because Kingsborough and Queensborough, of course, have played each other many times, and we always look forward to see this Kingsborough Wave team come in here. But it's going to be a little bit of a different look for this Kingsborough team.
No, absolutely, Joe. They have lost a lot of players. 8 players are now off the team officially for academic reasons. 51 points of offense now that they have to make up for. They're playing with 7 players tonight, so this indeed is going to be an interesting game.
And at the first end of this doubleheader, we saw the Queensborough Tigers on the women's side pull out another close game against the Kingsborough Lady Wave, like they did last year in the tournament, to win another title. I think that was their 4th now, from what we understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a row, so they'll be going after 5 in a row if they are to make it to the final this year. This Queensborough men's team has their work cut out for them, though, because there are some really tough teams in this men's conference. You talk about Hostos. It's a question of whether anybody can beat Bronx. Bronx is right up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again.
Yeah, this team, Queensborough, 4 and 13 and 2 and 4 in the conference. Struggling right now to generate points. Turnover prone right now. They haven't gotten it together, Joe, but we've seen stranger things happen if teams can gel and, play as a unit. They can galvanize that effort and play well in the playoffs. But right now, Queensborough is not playing their best ball.
Well, they are led by a new player that they just got back, and he is Stephon Medard, and his 17 points a game. And as we said, they put up, or as Sean mentioned, they put up 2 conference wins against 4 losses, so they have to be better with the addition of Medard and taking on this Kingsborough team that is a noticeably different look from the one that started the year because of academic problems.
Oh, absolutely. This is a team that is led by Kester Chase. He's averaging about 13 points a game for them. He now is their leading scorer and their best player. Good 3-point shooter, slasher to the basket. Don't leave the ball on the floor or loosely handle the ball around this guy. He will steal it from you. And this team,
what did they bring with them tonight? 7 players?
7 players right now. 2 of them, and this is real interesting, Joe. One of them, which is Wilfredo Roman, played his first game Tuesday night against BMCC. And the second new player, Kareem Howell, this is his first game, and I think he just practiced for the first time Wednesday. So
well, let me ask you something. In terms of that 7th player, who is that?
Kareem Howell, number 51.
That's the fellow you were just talking about.
Just suiting up, man. First college game.
51. We will get a look at Kareem. In terms of athletes, and this is a Queensborough team coached by Larry Danzler in his 3rd year here. The Tigers have a noticeably different looking uniform from the one they used to wear, with tigers across the front. They're going against the Wave in the blue uniforms. Anyway, Larry Danzler in his 3rd year here trying to make some noise in that tournament as Kingsborough comes down, and right away they go to the bucket with Kester Chase, and somebody hooked onto him and committed the foul.
Kester very good off the dribble. Have to contain him because he can break you down. Officiating crew is Chris Bailey, Joe, Sean Morgan, and Kevin Foreman. Good crew, Division I crew here at Queensborough tonight.
It'll be Kingsborough ball. First team foul on Queensborough. Jumper from the corner is ace by Davian Cowan. 3-pointer by Cowan to get them up quickly, 3-0.
Yeah, and Queensborough better not count bodies because this team can play. These kids go at it, and if they're thinking that they're going to lay down, they got something coming for them.
There's the lead, and the miss under the basket on the turn on the basket by Tesheem Brown. Queensborough back the other way in a hurry. 3-0 Kingsborough as the Tigers move the ball in the front court. Ball goes down low, turning move into the lane being made by Jason Lawrence, and Lawrence traveled with the basketball. Lawrence actually a member of Kingsborough last year. That's interesting, Sean.
Made the switch over to Queensborough, and Dantzler not satisfied with his playing time.
I'm going to have to ask for one favor from you. A jumper from the outside is no good there by Taequann Brown. Who is number 2 on Queensborough? Number 2 on Queensborough because he wasn't on their original roster. Go ahead.
Vincent Georges.
Okay. Vincent Georges, and they fire from outside, and they get the basket right there with number 1, who is. Go ahead. I will be updated.
That's Alan Smith, number 1.
All right. Alan Smith hit that jumper, makes it 3-2. Jumper from the left side.
No,
Queensborough down by 1.
That was Georges, and Alan Smith is number 1 for Queensborough. We'll get it together.
We will. Missed by Darrell Robinson. So Georges is number 1.
No, number 2.
Number 2. There is Georges. No good. Rebound grabbed by Kingsborough, and they're up 3-2. Kingsborough coming to front court. Here is Kester Chase. Chase goes to the top of the key. Somebody reached in, committed the foul. That was Georges right there.
Yeah, Kester is way too quick for these guys. If they're going to guard him like that, they got to force him left and have some help. You know, Kingsborough's not a great three-point shooting team, so if they are going to pressure them, they can help and recover.
Drive to the left side, quickly picked up by the Tigers on the right side by Jason Lawrence. They go inside Kingsborough, always an athletic club, and they get it into the lane, and the foul is committed as Davian Cowan went to the basket again. He had the three-pointer to open up the contest. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, Davian is averaging 3 points a game.
Foul was called on Jason Lawrence.
Had a big game against BMCC Tuesday night, Joe. Did a good job. Had about 15 points for them.
Missed the first free throw. Well, they like to have big games against BMCC.
Came up short on the end. Just ran out of gas, but they were down by 3 with about 12 seconds to go, so they really fought hard.
Missed both free throws there. Missed both. And it's 3-2 still. Kingsborough. They get in the corner quickly. Queensborough, good ball movement. Shot no good from that right corner, and we have a loose ball as Stephon Medard took the shot, and then the Tigers are fouled underneath, so they'll throw in from underneath with Medard. Still 3-2 Kingsborough. Medard gets it in direction of our camera over here to Taequann Washington. Reverses the ball on the left side with 30 to shoot. See how the Tigers handle the ball here. 17-17 to go in the first half. Feed it on the right side. There's Taequann Washington. Good. Nice smooth jumper shot.
Yeah, Taequann rolls up very nicely right there.
4-3. Now Queensborough has the lead. And Kingsborough the wave the other way. No good by Chase. Rebound, or that was Cowan, excuse me. The ball goes inside on a knockout by Kingsborough. It'll be Queensborough ball. And they're up 4-3 here at home. Talk about the athletes through the years at Kingsborough, and there have been some splendid ones. And we'll get into the Queensborough end of things because they had how many tournament MVPs as they go to the baseline. Here's Medard off glass. Good, and a foul. He is as smooth as they come, and he got hit on the play. That was Davian Cowan picking up his second team foul on Kingsborough. So Medard goes to the free throw line. Stephon just joined the ball club recently, and I think you'd have to say he is a big addition. Made that free throw, 7-3. Came in leading them and scoring 17 a game. There's a drive into the lane on a right-hander good by Cowan, who went to work again. Cowan now has 5. It's 7-5, but right back come the Tigers. And that was Medard again.
Medard looking like a difference maker here for this Queensborough Tiger team.
Certainly is. 16-12 to go. First half. Can't take your eyes off the action right now. Ball's moving around the court pretty quickly. Drive left of the key, pull up, about a 13-footer, no good. Coming from Cowan. The other way come the Tigers. Medard has it on the corner. One step, gets free, fires. Oh, he is looking like a difference maker for sure.
Nice and smooth, too. Non-panic in his game. Just nice high rip. One dribbling up.
Last year, the Tigers were led by a fella named Leo Asonier. Comes out on the wing here for Kingsborough. Long jumper from three will not go from Kester Chase. They get to the loose ball, though. Take it back inside. Drive to the bucket. Double pump. Won't go. That was Howell who took it to the basket, the big fella. 11-5. Queensborough has it up in the front court. They're leading here in the early going at Queensborough. Come around on the right side, reverse it over to the left. Medard makes a good pass now. Gets it down low to the fella backing in, Lawrence, but Lawrence knocked over the defender. He is from Providence, North Carolina, is Lawrence, in his second season, but his second season being played here at Queensborough. His first season was played at Kingsborough, as we mentioned. That can be misleading. He's not in his second season here. Of course, Sean, we have to always let people know that on the community college level, you only have 2 seasons. That's it. You don't play after that. You move on. And we've seen some mighty fine players. We're going to go over some of the names that people might remember if they're close to this community college here in the CUNY. Wing it around on the perimeter. Kingsborough has the ball. Driving the lane and short-arming it a little bit. There was Daryl Robinson trying to get the bucket. His team down by 6. Queensborough moves right back the other way. Here's Taequann Washington. He's that classic small guard. They move it around on the right and traveling on the play. Steps were taken.
Despite that, good start for Queensborough. Confidence builder. Not making too many turnovers here and showing that they can get some good, consistent shooting on the offensive end.
Now number 30 checks in for the Tigers. Get his name quickly, Sean, because he wasn't on the original roster.
I don't have his number.
Okay.
Nope.
We'll try to investigate that. Comes to the baseline for a jumper. No good on the baseline move by Tasheem Brown. And that Kingsborough tries to turn it the other way, and they throw it away. So it stays 11-5 Queensborough. Kingsborough come out of the backcourt. Here they come with the basketball. Taking it up is Daryl Robinson. Robinson, a quick move, goes all the way down the lane. Left-hander, no good. Rebound is loose. Robinson is right back on it, but once again, it is a turnover by Kingsborough and give it back to Queensborough. So they had their chances, the Kingsborough Wave. Here's Taequann Washington, but they've turned it over. Go to the head of the key. A quick pass on the right from Medard was dissected nicely by Cowan, who couldn't stay in bounds to bat it forward. So it'll stay with Queensborough. They're fortunate on that one.
Yeah, Davian saw that coming. Got out there real athletically. Looked like a defensive back on the Giants.
Yeah, he diagnosed it, Sean.
Yeah, just couldn't keep his feet in bounds.
Here's Washington. He's from Long Beach High School. Gets down low with that dribble. That's why I say he's a classic small point guard. They go in the corner now. Traveling is called.
Right, and this is what's been plaguing the Tigers right here. Those sorts of errors. Just not fundamental. Got to stay down. You know, throwing the ball away, unforced errors, and that's why their record reflects, you know, their turnovers that they have been plagued by.
Kingsborough comes the other way. They have it at the head of the key. They pitch it back just short of the midcourt line. Come back to the left. Here is Howell with it. Howell dishes on the left. Then takes a return on a nice pass from Cowan. Howell goes inside and makes up the move in the air and gets hit underneath. That should be a shooting foul down here, but they're going to call. Are they going to call a shooting foul? Yes, they are. No, they're not. Nope.
No. 5 team fouls now for Queensborough.
Foul was on David Miner, number 25. Washington trying to buy the offensive foul call, and Howell continues in and scores. Well, the official wasn't buying any of it, and Howell made the basket, and now it's 11-7, 12:56 to go in our first half. Joe Massey, Sean Couch with you from Queensborough Community College. They work from the right to the left. Three-point shot, no good. That's Ronald Mayweather, number 30. Or is it Merriweather? Yes, it is. There's a jumper from the right, and Kingsborough is beginning to make a little bit of a dent on that lead. It's now 11-10. In fact, that lead's become almost nothing. As Tasheem Brown hit that, the timeout is called. It's now 11-10. And I need one more from you, Sean. I got, as somebody helping us out here at Queensborough to get that Merriweather number for us. Number 1 is again?
Alan Smith.
Alex Smith, and he missed that jump shot. Alan Smith missed that jump shot. And then coming down was Kingsborough, and they put it in the bucket, and they reduced that lead to 1. So you've got to keep coming at a Hassan Duncombe coach team, because they do not lay down at any point. And they have too good an athletic squad, as you mentioned earlier. They have undergone some changes, and it's been tough for them, but they continue to bring in good athletes at Kingsborough.
Yeah, particularly Terrence Hartwig, who was their top player. For him to be missing, you know, he brought it rebounding, scoring, good defense.
Terrence Hartwig.
Yes. Yeah, good player.
They lost the tournament title last year in a final against Bronx, but Bronx was better than everybody. People were telling me during the year Bronx Community College is very, very good, and that's hard to believe because they have been they've been the doormat of the conference, but not anymore.
For years the doormat of the conference, but they came on strong. They have some very good athletes there.
Well, there's a steal on the up-court pass by Howell. Up-court. He gets fouled, and that young man has quite a bit of stride. Long legs, and he can get there in a hurry.
Yeah, I know the coach, Hassan Dumpkin's happy to have Kareem Howell on his team. Didn't have him for BMCC. Looks like he's a player. Slinky, anticipates, gets to the rim.
Foul was called on Medard. He is slinky.
There you go. And don't discount the slinkiness, because you can do some things under that basket if you can get a shot off.
You know how a slinky moves.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just the leg action.
There you go. There you go. If you can, you know what, guys who can finish around the rim are slinky.
That's great, because that's what it looked like. 12-11. Here's Medard, and he says, "Thank you very much. I'll put that one in."
Yeah, Medard, when he squares that body, those shoulders to the basket, that shot looks very good.
He's got 9 early points. Queensborough back in the lead, but not for long. That was a three-pointer back the other way. And it was Cowan. He has 6 points. Now it's a 2-point Kingsborough lead. Comes around the perimeter to the corner. Medard trying to answer back. He is on automatic right now. He has 11.
No nonsense jump shooting, too. There's no pumping. I'm going to put it down 1, 2, and up. And it's looking like he's been in the park by himself in the dark shooting that jump shot.
By the way, I gave that last pass to Cowan. Let me give it to Brown. He was the one who hit the Kingsborough jumper, and now it's 15 all. And the shot missed from the corner, and here come the Queensborough Tigers in a hurry. Medard trying the jimmy jam, and he got fouled. He didn't get it to go, but he got fouled there. Those are the quick variety jams before anyone can get up there with you. And he almost got it to go, but he got fouled.
Stephon Medard, 22 at the line, knows that the cameras are on him. And
he looked like Johnny Starks on that one.
He's performing right now, Joe. Just really making a show out of this and, you know, bringing the Tigers up with his game.
First one is no good. You remember John Starks?
Oh, yeah.
Of course you do, every week.
Oh, yeah.
But
played against him in the CBA.
I had a good friendship with John when I was covering the team, and he was a Tobacco Road player when he came to the Knicks. He was nowhere, and that's a great story. Of course, he participated in those great finals against the Bulls. Didn't turn out, the one against the Rockets anyway, didn't turn out the way he wanted. Second one's no good, but they're going to get the ball underneath Queensborough. You know, it's a whole career, though, Sean. You can't just measure 1 or 2 games. It just, the whole story is a great one.
John had a great career for the Knicks, one of the all-time players, one of the favorite Knicks of all time.
There's Medard
also.
again. There is Medard. And he got fouled, and it's tied at 15.
I just like the way this kid plays. It's real simple. You know, some guys like to go between their legs, cross, do all sorts of movements. Medard is, I'm going to 2 dribble you and go up. I'm going to 1 dribble you and go up. And that's consistent offensive basketball, Joe.
He got fouled. He'll end up at the line once more with the ball game tied up at 15. First is good this time. He missed the last 2, but he gets this one. He now has 12 points. He is single-handedly responsible for the Queensborough 16-15 lead. He is ready for his second. It is up. It is good. 17-15. Now they're going to put a little pressure on Kingsborough. 10:59 to go in our first half. Joe Massey, Sean Couch with you. But Kingsborough gets it down court and then a move to the basket, and they are going to get called for a violation here. Oh, no, it's going to be a Queensborough foul. That was Wilfredo Roman carrying the ball all the way down to the baseline, number 12, and they called the foul on Queensborough. It was on Merriweather.
I believe that's their 17th foul.
That should be shooting. And it will be. Roman got fouled outside before he got rid of the inside before he got rid of the ball on his drive. I'm going to come up with one of the fine athletes Kingsborough had. I think their best player that I've seen. I've been watching them play for about 11 years. Maybe more. I'll make it 12. First one good by Narcisse. By Roman. Because I was going to say the best player I've seen that suited up was a fellow named Pierre Narcisse. First one good by Roman. And Sean, he had size, he had length, he was about 6'7". They're up 17-16, are the home team Queensborough, as that second one was missed there by Roman. Washington outside for the Tigers, up with the 1-point lead. We're down on the 10:37 mark. Pitch it inside quickly. Dish it underneath to Merriweather. Had it blocked inside by Howell and those long arms. Taken back by Queensborough, though. They navigate to the basket. No. And then Merriweather stays in there and scores. Good job.
Got the first one blocked because he double pumped, decided to man up, went to the other side of the rim and finished the deal.
So Merriweather in his first season. And Kingsborough cannot convert. We're down to 10:10 to go in the first half, and they're pushing it are the Tigers. And Alan Smith scores.
Stretching out right now, exploiting the smaller Kingsborough team.
Now they're up 21-16. 9:52 to go. Roman on the left side being double teamed. Washington going after the ball. They're going to be called out here for a timeout. Kingsborough with 19 seconds on the shot clock, and that gives me a chance with Queensborough up 21-16. 9:47 to go first half. And I asked Hassan, who has been here a long time, I said, how do you compare Caston and Narcisse? He said, I just don't want to compare anybody. I don't do it, but in my opinion, nobody topped Narcisse, and he didn't win the final that year, Sean, but this fella could play. He could plain out play, and this was the type of guy you could see on a higher level. He had the size, he had the jumping ability. Now for Queensborough, you can just go down a list of terrific players they had back in the early 2000s and the 1990s. They had players that one of them, in fact, is on the bench assisting the coach now, Larry Danzler. Right. And that was Gamal Steele. They had players to spare. 21-16. But we saw another one from Kingsborough that we'll see at York in another week or so. William Holly who was an MVP and a terrific player and won the tournament title with this team. And we're just trying to give you a flavor that these teams have had some terrific players over the years. There's a jumper from the corner, no good. Pulling the string on that and hitting side rim. It bounds all the way to the baseline. Desmar Gomez took that shot. It's going to stay with Kingsborough. I believe it is Gomez. It might be Gomes.
It's Gomes.
It is Gomes. Well, they get it back, and they put it in the hands of Gomes. Gomes goes to the baseline, trying to go all the way through, picks up traffic, fires it out. They get a good shot out of it. Good look, but it won't go from Kester Chase. Queensborough up 21-16. They garner in the rebound. Washington starts him back the other way, sends Medard in the corner out to Merriweather. He drives, double pumps, hangs in the air, can't get it to go. And then the Kingsborough player gets knocked down, taking off the rebound. That'll be a foul on Queensborough, and will send Kingsborough down this way to shoot free throws. We talked about Asonier last year for the Tigers. He had some game. A big center, about 6'6", 6'7". And
is he at York now?
yeah, he's not with York, but we thought maybe he would follow his brother over there.
Right.
But they had also Robert Alexis here a few years ago, and he was a terrific player. First of a 1-and-1 is no good on the free throw there, and it keeps Queensborough up by 5, and Queensborough comes down in the lane. They throw it away. This is going to be a gimme layup and 2 for Kingsborough. Down court delivering it was Kester Chase, and Chase has his first 2-pointer, and that makes it 21-18. Medard! 3-point goal for Medard. 24-18.
He's got 15.
Queensborough up by 6.
He's got 15 points. He's really showing his stuff right now.
Angling in on the lane and knocking one down was Tasheem Brown.
Like the kids when the lights comes on perform, man. He's really doing his thing tonight. Stephon Medard, number 22.
No good on that one for the Tigers, and it's taken off by Kingsborough as they again clear it off. And the Wave of Kingsborough bringing it into front court. Holding it outside was Darrell Robinson, and we had a foul off the ball.
That's Anthony, number 12, Anthony Salandaragia.
He committed the foul.
I believe it's Saladariga. That's his name, Saladariga.
Caldariaga. First free throw is no good.
Is it Caldariaga? I think it's Saldariga.
Is it?
Yes, is it?
Let's look on the roster for it.
What do you got?
We'll do that in a moment as both free throws are missed, 24-22. Here comes Medard up to the midcourt line. They move it to the middle circles. Washington with it to Medard. Queensborough with the ball. 7:48 to go first half. It's 24-22 Queensborough. Here's a jumper left of the key that comes up well short from Washington. Somebody might have gotten a piece of that, and I think they did. It's 24-22, and here comes Kingsborough, chance to tie the ball game. They go outside with it to Robinson. Fires, hits, top of the key, and he does tie the game.
Yeah, and Darrell Robinson hasn't really shown his game, but he has a lot of whip-wop in his game. He can cross you and get right into shooting position.
There you go. They'll try to get it down low. Well, the Tigers on the other end, that ball was deflected out. It'll stay with Queensborough. A lot of whip-wop in his game.
Whip-wop, Joe. That's the cross. That's the headzo. That's all that good stuff that causes guys' knees to buckle.
They get it inside. Do the Tigers go to the bucket? No. Rebound is up and good, though.
It's Ryan Rahim with that putback.
Give him his first field goal, 26-24. Kingsborough moves it around. So Queensborough back in front. Jumper from the right of the key will not go. That was taken by Tasheem Brown. 6:53 to go. Queensborough up court to hurry. Queensborough moves it quickly into the corner for a jumper from there. No good. Rebound is on the other side, and forcing in was Medard to pick it off, and it got fouled. Another good play there. Stephon Medard has made himself a major pest in this game, one way or the other. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. First one is good. 17 points now for Medard, Sean.
Joe, you're right. I had him for 15, but you're right. He had that that N1 he got for a 3-point play, 17.
He's second. Good. He has 18.
18.
And Queensborough has a 28-24 lead now. A 4-point lead. They've been able to maintain it against Kingsborough, even though they made a push. Now we have a whistle stopping play, and they'll try to clear something up over at the table. And there we go. It is Sal Dariaga.
Sal Dariaga.
Okay.
Like Cartagena.
I did have it as an S, by the way, but it looked like a C the way I wrote it. So Sal Dariaga, number 12 on the Tigers. Now they clear up whatever they clear it up over there. And it's 28-24 in favor of Queensborough. Kingsborough has the ball back and play, 26 to shoot. They toss it down low, get it into Howell between big men, and he couldn't get the shot up. It was knocked away by the Tigers and taken off by the Tigers. Here comes Alan Smith. He leads it to the basket for the 2, and a foul by Minor. Minor got in there on the lead, scored, and got fouled. Very nicely done by the Tigers. 30-24.
There's that guy Medard again, finishing at the cup.
Foul was called, by the way, on Desmar Gomes. Free throw is going to be no good there. By Davin Minor, who played at Harry S. Truman High School. So Minor makes the bucket, gives Queensborough a 6-point lead, can't make the free throw, and then Cowan navigates his way inside, and he's been impressive in the first half at times. Makes it 30-26. Most impressive guy on the court has been Medard, though. Outside with the dribble is Smith. Feeds it out. There is Medard for the jumper. No good. Rebound coming back to peel it off was Kester Chase. Here comes Kingsborough in the blue. We're down to 5:43 in the first half. Cowan delivers it outside. They go around to the right. Robinson, a wide open jump, no good. And Medard comes back to get the rebound. Medard's playing a part in just about everything. Feeds it in the corner. And the shot no good by Sal Dariaga. And up court come the Wave, and they can really get back up court. And Kester Chase was going all the way in and got fouled. That's one thing, and we watched Kingsborough play basketball for a long time now. You have to get back against the Wave because they do come like a wave.
Both these guards, Kester Chase and Darryl Robinson, are jet quick. And, they're only up 3 points right now, and they're playing lights out. This is probably one of their best halves of basketball. Only up 3 to a team that has 7 players. So
30-27.
30-27. They, can't get happy. They got to try to seal the deal and close this half out on a strong note.
Second free throw, no good there, and then they rush in and after the rebound with the big guy Howell going after it, and he committed a foul, I believe, or on the other side it might have been Cowan. And they get Cowan for his second. They're well over the limit, 10 team fouls and more, and Queensborough come down, shoot 2. Not a good foul with the score 30-27, and that will set up Minor at the line. Davin Minor hit that big running right-hander before and got fouled. At the line now, delivers. And that gives Queensborough a 4-point lead. Now he aims at the basket again and makes good. Minor makes it a 5-point game, and quickly Queensborough trots back in the defensive setup. As we said, you have to make sure you get back there. Howell with the ball gets inside the foul line, then he's garnered in on. They toss it into the corner of the right wing. And there's a jumper from out on the wing, and Chase got it to go. I have him for his first three-pointer in the ball game. Give him 6 now, and 32-30. Double check me on that, Sean. I believe it's 6 for Chase.
Yeah.
Queensborough with a 2-point lead, working it around. They go in low, powering in, and the bucket. Strong move, Sean.
Nice move, Tyler Jenkins. Faked inside and then just rolled those shoulders around and finished the deal with a nice layup off the glass. And just looking at, because we're having all these troubles, folk, with the rosters and stuff. It's actually 25 is Darian Nation, Joe. When we've been calling him Stephon Medard.
No, I called him. I got you on that.
Oh, you got me on that?
Yep.
One? All right. All right, just want to make sure.
No, 35-30.
All right.
He made the free throw there, too.
Right.
On a nice, strong move by Jenkins. That was the power move of the night, but Kingsborough comes back, converts, makes it 35-32. We're seeing a horse race in this one here. Both teams going at it. There's Taequann Washington from the left wing, delivering in low again. And the same guy, Tyler Jenkins, looking like a little Rick Mahorn right there. 37-32. Well, that was blocked on Howell on the second attempt. He stayed in there with his size. Here comes Medard. Medard says, I'll give you a little bit of a runner, and he hits it, a floater onto the basket. 20 points for Medard. That's 20 in the first half, 39-32. So when they're not hitting you with the power, Medard with that little floater makes it a 7-point game, and Kingsborough needs to respond here. 3:29 to go first half. Queensborough playing very impressively. Here is Cowens all the way on the twister, no good. Too much in the way of traffic there, and Queensborough comes back, 3:18 to go in our half. Medard helps Washington retain that ball out there, and now Washington has it with 3:09 on the clock. Washington moves down the left sideline, dishes it outside, and Saldaria can't hit. Loose ball inside, and for a moment, Mr. Jenkins had it again, number 33, but he got it stripped away. And down court quickly with a hang of the air shift, and a beauty is Kester Chase. That was a thing of beauty. Yeah. He has 8 points.
Real nice layup there. Under control, too, and jumps to the side to make that layup to avoid the contact for the possible offensive foul.
Well, Queensborough gives it away, and here comes Kingsborough again, and Howell, he just gets there, and he can't put the slam in.
He should have just gave that up for a simple layup. He had a guy ahead of him.
Let's see, that's going to be an offensive foul. That was too powerful a move, made too quickly. Jenkins is like a load in there.
I tell you, Hassan is on the sideline. He's looking at him like, what are you doing? Give the ball up. You got a quick guard that can just sprint in front of everybody. Let's get the basket, not the dunk, which was not even a dunk.
Yeah, that was a dunk miss, then a knockover by a pickup truck. Jenkins is like Truck Robinson. He is tough. They get it inside to Howell. Howell backing it, and he got slammed as he was trying to get around to take the shot. One of the Tigers, I believe it was Medard, hit him. It'll set up a 2-shot deal for Howell. Yeah, Sean, you're always better off either going for the layup on that or just dumping the ball off, because he looked like he was off balance. He wasn't going to get that jam.
I mean, he had Kester and Darryl Robinson right there. All he had to do was just lay that ball out. Those guys are so fast, they would just caught up to it and laid it up easy.
Now he misses the first free throw, so he is having his problems, Howell. He'll set himself again. And
those are plus and minus things, and as a player, you want to be known as a plus guy. And simple things like that, just laying the ball out wins championships. Coaches count things that like that when they're trying to put the right players on the floor.
And
if they don't, Joe, they lose championships.
And not only that, we'll get into this in a moment. It's 39-35, Queensborough by 4, but they have no answer right now for Jenkins. Tyler Jenkins is going to work. 41-35. It's a 6-point Queensborough lead. Jumper from the corner. That's a deep corner jumper. No good. The rebound is snatched beautifully by Chase, though. He gets it back outside. Cowan can't hit. And then Kingsborough, with their athleticism, hangs in there, and Stephon Brown gets the foul, and he'll go to the line. That is jumping ability right there, Sean. They kept that ball alive on the board 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, he looked like he was on some sort of bungee or something, huh? Wow. Really got up there.
Here's Stephon Brown. He's from Richard E. Rich High School. No, Richard E. Fitch High School.
I was ready to say Richie Rich.
Yep. Makes his first.
I didn't know there was a high school called Richie Rich in the city.
No, Rich E. Fitch missed his second. Jumper from outside. There's the get to the loose ball. And Queensborough's giving up too many loose balls right now. Kester Chase missed that. Fortunately, Kingsborough's going to get it back, and they're only down by 5. So Queensborough's miscues have given the Wave a chance, and now the Wave turn it over. Stephon Brown turned it over there as he stumbled forward with the ball. And we're a minute 20 to halftime. It's a 5-point game. Queensborough in the lead. Joe Massey, Sean Couch with you. And the Tigers have it sufficiently up in the front court now. And now they try to wave the offense around from Alan Smith. Goes over to Taequann Washington. Back to Smith. Long three-pointer won't go. Rebound tapped all the way out. They end up with it again. Washington gets inside. Out of the ball stripped away. Here's a lead up court. And that'll be 2. Kester Chase knows how to finish a layup on that fast break. He has 10. 41-38. Those are steeplechase layups. Those are beautiful. 3-point lead. Come to the left side now with Smith getting hit to the deck. He made the move to the left, and the foul will be committed by Kingsborough on that. Actually, I know it was against Queensborough, but when you see what they just did on that break with Chase, that is a thing of beauty, Sean, the way they get up court and just hit that layup.
It's the simplest shot in the game, Joe. I mean, if you have a chance to.
But when you use that speed like that, but when you use that speed and you are able to put the ball in, it is a deadly situation.
Right. No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying it's the simplest shot. It's a beautiful shot. You know what I mean? It's, you know, when you have a chance to get an uncontested one, you got to do it every time.
Well, Smith winds up at the line off that foul, and it's 42-38, trying to increase Queensborough's lead. That wouldn't hang off the front rim, but the rebound is snatched inside and brought back outside. Queensborough now with 34 seconds to go to halftime, 27 to shoot, and they'll try to orchestrate things to get that shot clock and game clock down as far as they can. 18 shot clock, 21 game clock. And that was very much off balance, delivered short. So Kingsborough will end up with the final opportunity, down by 4 after everything in that first half. Only down by 4. You have to feel good if you're Kingsborough. Here's the fake right, coming left, and hit on the play on his drive to the left, unleashing the jumper. Was the very, very active Robinson. He'll go to the line. Darryl Robinson.
Dow averaging 13 points a game for Kingsborough for the season.
That was a nifty shift of directions. Here's his first. Good.
Him and Kester Chase, number 11, are the 2 leading scorers for the team.
Another coming now for Robinson. And that's around it in. And so we have a 2-point game for Queensborough at the 4-second mark of the first half. Oh, that's not a good foul. They knocked down Washington.
Yeah, that's a bad foul right there. They only have 7 players shooted tonight.
And right now,
can't beat them at half court, you know.
The big coach over at the bench there is telling them that.
It's his second personal.
I saw Hassan Duncan with his hands out saying, "That is not smart, fellas."
Yeah, he's been doing that a lot this game.
First one is good by Taequann Washington. So this allows Queensborough to come out of the half maybe with a 4-point lead. There's 3.2 seconds to go on the clock. Second one, good. He is pretty dependable at the line, Washington. So now it's a 4-point game. 3 seconds to go, and they'll try to get it up court as quickly as they can. And did he get it off in time? No.
Whoa.
No, they say. That was Robinson. I was just about to say, Sean, when you have athletes like Kingsborough, you can't call the half over. And Robinson came down. He got a good shot. He got a good look. But it did not beat the buzzer. So it stays 44-40 in favor of Queensborough.
Yeah. See Hassan right there at half court debating that one, but it looked like it was in Robinson's hands before the buzzer went off. Well, actually, when the buzzer went off, it was in his hands.
Good half for Queensborough, but give Kingsborough credit because they have not packed in the equipment. They're going to stay out here in mind for a victory. It's 44-40. Join us back here for the second half. We're back here at Queensborough Community College, getting ready for the second half. Queensborough leading Kingsborough. It's a battle of Queensborough and Kingsborough again, 44-40, and you better get your boroughs correct. I'll tell you this, Sean, I'm going to make a prediction. The team that will win this game will have more points.
Ah, okay. Boy, that's pretty bold of you.
Here is Kingsborough coming to front court. It's been that close. Kingsborough with the basketball. They'll move it around the perimeter. I'll give a slight edge to Queensborough as it did on the scoreboard. Kingsborough starts out with the ball in the blue. Here's the jumper from the right, missed by Chase. They go with basically 5 that they had to go with in the first half. They only have 7 players. Queensborough's a deeper team. 44-40 for the Tigers, and the Tigers start out with Taequann Washington in the backcourt, but he gives it away on a pass in the middle. That's going to be 2. Little dish by Robinson to Chase. And Chase, I believe, ended the first half with what, Sean?
13 points.
Yeah, 13. That's going to give him 15. He was the scoring leader for Kingsborough, and Queensborough had 20 from Medard in that first half.
Yeah, already at his average. His average is 13 for the game, for total.
Here's the jumper from the left side now by Queensborough. It won't go. The rebound is garnered in inside, put up, no good. And there's still a loose ball scramble. There'll be a whistle stopping play, and the ball will go over to Kingsborough. A couple of opportunities there for the Tigers, and they could not convert. Down the middle, Kingsborough, 18:39 to go in this ball game. Corner jump is a 3. Pulling the string and hitting it on the 3 was Kingsborough's, I'll get that in a moment.
Desmond Gomes.
Desmond Gomes. The only one I didn't have on my leading scorer sheet in the first half, but he gave them the lead right there, 45-44. Right back is Kingsborough, and that is no good. And the rebound will be turned off and ripped the other way here by Queensborough. Queensborough puts it back in the middle to Taequann Washington. He was directing the show in the first half, the diminutive guard. Passes over on the right, now quick pitch on the right. They go inside. Good ball movement by the Tigers, and they get the basket. That was Lawrence right there. And Lawrence gives Queensborough the lead, 46-45. That was the best ball movement of the night by the Tigers right there. And Kingsborough spreads the court a little bit. Come way outside with it. Holding the ball outside is Robinson. Robinson ended that first half with 4. Robinson takes it off deep on the right side for Chase. They go all the way cross court to Cowan. Cowan starts to drive. Bucks in there. He's a little off balance. Can't get the ball on target. Taken off the floor by Kingsborough. Dish it back in the corner. And again they go up with a shot from Gomes. No good. He was trying to duplicate that three-pointer from before, but Queensborough throws it away down the other end trying to rush. The Tigers might have to take it down just a little bit. 46-45, they have the lead. Jumper left side, hit rim, no good, and then smacked into was the rebounder for Queensborough. That was Davin Miner who went up to get that ball. First half, Queensborough had 20 from Stephon Medard. He's not in there right now. 20 points, 7 from Jenkins, who was not in there, and then Miner had 3 and Washington had 4. So their 2 leading scorers not playing right now, but they have the 1-point lead and they spread it wide. Dish it out to Washington. Washington looking into the zone. They're going to try to force Queensborough to the outside. Washington again, 14 to shoot. Stops, pops, hits. Washington garners in points number 5 and 6. Nice and smooth there, 48-45. And the Tigers in their zone trying to strip from Cowens, but Cowens went all the way in there, missed, got his own rebound, actually his own deflection, and put it home. Cowan has 7, 48-47. Kingsborough back within 1, and it's another basket for Queensborough. Alan Smith went inside, picked off that ball. 50-47. I believe Smith has 2 field goals now for 4. Along the right, jumper, all net. That was a beauty by Chase. That gives him 18, and it ties the ball game at 50. That was a pure three-pointer right there.
No doubt he's ready to lock and load, and Kingsborough right now getting ready to go small and play the small ball game, spread out and just shoot the 3 or dive in there and try to get some fouls.
Queensborough working it on the perimeter. Ball knocked away, and then it's taken off by Kingsborough. Here's Chase again, attacking. No. He stays in there, looks for the loose ball, but it's taken off the floor by Washington. We're tied at 50, and here comes Queensborough in the white. Down the right of the lane trying to make room, but then it's put in. That was the follow right there by Miner. And he has 5 in the ball game. Well, that gives Queensborough a 2-point edge again. Alan Smith made that turnover possible, number 1 for Queensborough, and they're going to end up with the ball, Sean. Good reaction there by Smith, and then they end up with the basketball taken out of the backcourt. Smith and Washington with Miner. Crowd getting a little bit loud as they take it up in the front court. Here's a drive on the left side, and it'll be a foul as Lawrence went all the way in. Lawrence will go to the free throw line, and he'll shoot now.
That's Queensborough's advantage right there, going inside, and they need to do a lot more of that. That's their advantage. They got to go to it, Joe.
First free throw is off glass, and it's good. Jason Lawrence. He connects. Another one. He has 4 points now. That second one is no good on the rebound grabbed off by Kingsborough, and they're down by 3 right now, 53-50, and a good ball game here from Queensborough. Ball poked away. They'll recover it back outside. Now the Wave with the basketball outside. Robinson has to get rid of it, and they throw it away. And here's Washington being led up court. Holds it away, but got blocked anyway. As getting back to make the block was the Wave in the person of number 23, Tasheen Brown, and he made a good one. Now it'll be a new shot clock for Queensborough. They'll hold on to the ball. New shot clock for Queensborough, and with 13:58 to go, we got a timeout. As this game has gotten a little bit tighter, it's 53-50.
Both teams frenetically going up and down. Kingsborough, it looks like they just want to get after it, Joe, and take that three and let it go. On the other end,
absolutely.
Queensborough looks like they just want to, get it around, try to go inside and get big on them. So we'll see what strategy wins. Crowd really into this game tonight.
Let's go back and identify number 1 for Queensborough again, who made that defensive play before.
Number 1 is Alan Smith.
And that was Alan Smith that we gave credit to, so we want to make sure. Now it's 53-50, and it's put in play by Queensborough, and there's a loose ball squirting all the way to the baseline. That ball squirted, Sean, and it was picked up by Kingsborough. Here's the jumper in the forecourt, no good, as pulling up was Terrell Robinson, and Robinson could not hit. Robinson accounted for 4 points in the first half. Brown had 7. Chase now has 18 for Kingsborough. Here's a pull-up jump, Taequann Washington.
Yeah, Taequann came ready to play tonight. Second-year player.
That was real good right there, 55-50. Ball goes down to the baseline. Cowan able to knock it in. They got that ball down to the baseline quickly, and give that to Tasheem Brown. Check it. He knocked it down for Kingsborough, makes it 55-52. His turn sideways, I caught the 3, and then I quickly caught the 2. Cowan is number 13. He's number 23, so it's 55-52.
Coach Danzler takes that timeout. Mad at his backcourt there, actually his front court, I should say, not getting a hand up. I mean, with the natural size advantage and a deep bench, they should be able to challenge every shot and really get after it.
Well, not much defense is being played right now, and the score is indicating that is 55-52. It's a nice game, though, and the Tigers are leading it by 3, but let's see if they can dig in a little more on the defensive end as per the instructions of Coach Danzler. Right now they have the ball, so they'll play offense. Here's Taequann Washington with it, middle of the circles. Coming out to play him is Kester Chase, a very quick guard, and they come around on the left. And getting involved was the big man Howell, and he reached in there and committed the foul. That's his second.
Yeah, tried to show right there, but did not get enough length, enough width.
That's 14 fouls now on Kingsborough. They have to be careful, and Medard is back in, and you can immediately see it. Stephon Medard with 22.
All business on his game right there. One dribbling up. Got to get right on him and get in his shirt to disrupt that.
There's the jumper from the right, no good, and skying for that rebound. The Queensborough Tigers is the miss by Kester Chase, but we're going to have a whistle. 57-52, Queensborough leading it.
Nice job by Tasheem Brown. He got inside position, and then he kind of acted there going to the floor drawing that foul.
And they called the foul on Queensborough off that rebound.
Got to do what you got to do.
So it comes back in play. They go in the right corner with it, try to dish it down low for Howell, but a quick jut in and a knockaway by Minor, and the ball's going to end up going over to the Tigers. Good job by Minor to disrupt that play. All right, here comes Taequann Washington up in the front court. Jarrell Fearon is in there for Queensborough. Here's a jumper from the left side. That is going to go.
Nice shot there by Jason Lawrence. Real simple, catch and shoot.
I have Lawrence for at least 6. What do you have him for? It's 59-52.
That's about right.
Lawrence now gets that rebound, and the Queensborough Tigers are up 59-52, and here they come again with 11:45 to go. They have a chance to open up a little more of a lead here. They're spreading it wide for Taequann Washington.
Nice 1-4 low, swinging the shooter across on the baseline.
Washington, the former Kingsborough Wave, comes to the left of the key, fires, but it's no good. Rebound off the floor by the Wave. They want to run, and all the way to the bucket. An offensive foul. That's on Brown. Tashim didn't measure that area he had to go properly, and he knocked over a Tiger.
Tashim has to give that ball up. He had another open player in Alfredo Roman, but instead just goes in there and gets the foul.
All right, the Tigers stay the same on the court. And they look to get the ball, and Stephon Medard still in there, number 22. They give it to Taequann Washington, goes all the way down, gives on the baseline. Jumper by Minor is no good. He had about a 12-footer and couldn't put it in. Down the right side, that's way off. Kasheem Brown missed. 11:05 to go. I'll be kind and say he missed. The fans will not be that kind. 59-52. Here's Medard. Stopping in the corner. He has no room. They go inside. Banker, no. Lawrence or Minor battling for the rebound, and then it pops out on the right. And Lawrence puts it in.
And that's the Queensborough get big on them on Kingsborough inside. Their size making a difference, up by 9 now.
So a couple of former Wave players teaming up. That was Lawrence, who played for them last year, but the Wave come back and get a basket and a foul. And make it 61-54 on that move by Kester Chase out of Edward R. Murrow High School. He's in his second year.
Big game of contrast here, Joe. You have the little frenetic Kingsborough going dribble drive at you.
He has 20, Chase.
Queensborough's, running more of a traditional offense, setting screens, and then looking to pound those boards to get easier shots.
I have Chase for 21 now. 61-55. That's a nice evening's effort. Medard on the other end, leading the scoring for Queensborough with 22. Here is Taequann Washington backing it out, looking for good spacing. Washington down the lane, rejected by Chase, got it back, gives it to Medard. Pull-up jump just inside the foul line, no good. Rebound, Minor, no. And then the rebound is guarded in. And what a jumping job done there by Kester Chase to get that rebound. They go in the corner with it. No on the shot from Brown. And the rebound ripped off by Queensborough. A few more seconds come off that clock now. And another bucket for Queensborough. And they're up now 63-55 shot.
Again, Queensborough extending this lead just simply because they're taking really good shots, Joe. The first half, some of them were off balance.
That was Georges right there, right?
That's right, yeah. And now what they're doing, everyone's squared. They're not, rushing. They're taking their time, spreading the floor, and it's obvious, being up 8, that their offense is good.
So Georges has given them an 8-point lead. Chase trying to work on it, can't get it to go. And they have very limited numbers, we said, Kingsborough. There's Howell looking up court, and a man is all alone, and that'll be an easy lay-in for Robinson, who has 6 points.
Kingsborough in a full court man-to-man right now with 9 minutes to go.
They have to be. Washington with the basketball. They need to produce some points. Washington middle of the circles with his team up by 6 and in no hurry with 18 to shoot on the shot clock. Gives over to Medard. Medard had 20 of his 22 in the first half. Over to Washington. Washington goes inside, gives it in the lane. That's a little jumper by Lawrence.
Nice job there by Jason Lawrence.
And another former Kingsborough player from last year is pounding the Wave, 65-57. That's a long three-pointer.
Boy, Kester from lights out right there. That was an
Chase.
NBA 3.
Can you say pure? That was pure by Chase, and now it's 65-60, so they won't go away. Chase has 24, and it's a 5-point game.
And, Joe, they're not going to go away because these are some tough hombres right here for the Kingsborough team.
These are tough Brooklyn kids.
Real tough. And I'll tell you this, too. Queensborough's a tough crew also. but they have a natural size advantage. Looks like they're putting in big 33 Tyler Jenkins, who had 7 points in the first half. Really did a nice job down low, and they're going to try to get even bigger and stronger down low. So this is a test of wills. It's going to be the Shorty Rocks here, the Kingsborough team, trying to get inside against the bigger, stronger, and just more physical Tigers, and we'll see whose will is going to win out.
Well, the Lady Tigers won the first game with the Kingsborough Lady Wave, and now the Tigers are trying to do the same, and back in the game is Jenkins, and we know Jenkins is back in.
Tyler's making a living on layups right now.
Tyler Jenkins. 3 from outside as Chase tries to answer back. No good. Rebound is taken down by Georges. And here come the Queensborough Tigers now. They're up by 7. Working it out. Outside Smith. Smith turning, and then the ball is blown dead on a foul against Kingsborough. I believe they got Cowan on that one. He's exclaiming to the official that it wasn't me, but he has his 4th foul, and they have to be careful because they only have 7 players suited up. Does Hassan have any eligibility left over there, Coach Duncan? 67-60. Here's the drive into the lane. They're trying to put it down low, and it popped off a Tiger's leg, off Lawrence's leg. So here goes the back pass, and Chase could not get it up in a maze. And then the Tigers come back, and here's Lawrence. He missed. Lay it up, Lawrence. And then it goes into the corner, and Georges hits it.
Georges there cleaning that up. Lawrence getting outside of himself, thinking they could dunk the ball like from the side.
Go ahead, Sean. Say, lay it up, young man.
Lay it up, man.
69-60. Well, there is a move by Cowan, and he gets it back within 7, and he gets fouled.
Back at you. Frenetic action here in the gym. Home of the Tigers, Queensborough. We're out here not too far from St. John's University. Having a good time in the gym, Joe.
And they got a good crowd for this men's game, and some Kingsborough fans in the building, as you can hear. 69-62. Here's the free throw. It is no good. By the way, that was 23 on the move again, Tasheem Brown, and he scored and got fouled and then missed the free throw, so it's 69-62. And then Brown trying to make it a 3-point play, but now they're putting pressure on again with 7 minutes to go, and it's a 7-point game. And the Tigers do get it across by the hair on your chinny chin chin. They work it to the left side to Medard. Cowan is there to try to tie him up, but the jump ball goes to Queensborough.
See, Kingsborough's trying to generate steals, and they're being openly challenging Queensborough right now to execute with pressure.
Larry Dantzler sitting and watching as his Tigers go back to work, and they've had no answer for Jenkins inside. He has 11.
Yeah, TJ is just saying you're too small, you're too little. I got the footwork and the shoulder roll to show you. Kingsborough with no answer.
71-62. Drive. He inhales that one, too. That was Jenkins again. That ball goes down low, and they try to work it out, and it's stolen by Kingsborough, 71-62. They're on the break. That one won't hang in the basket, though, from Brown. There's a loose ball again, though, as Queensborough can't come up with it. 71-62. It's a 9-point game, and we're coming up on the 6-minute mark. What is Hassan looking for right here? I think he wants to spread him wide and try to get to that bucket, young man, and that's exactly what they do, and there's a foul. Robinson taking his man to the hoop. There's not much mystique as to what makes Kingsborough the club they are, Sean. They have to pick spaces and use their athletic ability. They don't have the power or the height right now.
Yeah, they don't have the luxury of the drop down onto the post. It's all dribble drive and just try to create. And they got to hope that their jump shooters, their three-point shooters, can knock down, some shots. It's the only way that they can do that, as well as on defense, trying to generate some steals.
He got both free throws as he was fouled by Medard, did Robinson, who now has 8 points, and he brings them to within 7 5:49 to go. They're still in this game, Kingsborough, not out of it yet. Georges over the left side for the Tigers. He is surrounded by Chase, who's very quick, so he has to turn back out to the right side. 13 seconds to go on that shot clock. Here's the jumper, Medard. No good. Rebound kept alive and put in. Big guy.
Big Tyler Jenkins again.
Jenkins making a living under there now, 73-64. Floater with the right hand, no good. Rebound, Lawrence. That was a teardrop floater by Robinson. 5:09 to go. They try to rush it up court.
Give it up.
And then they give it up. Robinson takes it the other way over to Cowan, who has an easy two. There was no need to rush that time, Sean. They really should have taken a little bit of air out of the ball, but now it's a 7-point game. Do not get into a running game with this ball club.
I wouldn't want to. You know, Coach Dancer is running looks like a modified delay game for the offense, just to try to slow his guys down. They got 4 at the foul line and they're popping out, and then looking to go with 10 seconds, you know, to try to slow his team down. They don't want to get slowed down.
They have 7 players, and they have 1 in foul trouble, and they're not tired. And over on the Queensborough bench, Coach Danzel is saying, this is what we have to do now, fellas, because it's, you know, it's at the 5:01 mark. He's saying this is what we have to do to close this game out. And what they have done very well is get that ball into Big Smith, and he has made a major difference over the last 5 minutes.
Absolutely, and
Jenkins, excuse me.
Yeah, and Dancer and it's smart. You know, kids now are just racing up and down the floor. By him running this modified North Carolina delay, he's just slowing his guys down and using his natural size to his advantage. So I think it's a smart, you know, thing that he's doing, just trying to cut the time down and just trying to get the clock in his favor.
Let me make sure I get Jenkins' name right. It's Terrell Jenkins, correct?
Tyler Jenkins.
Tyler, and he has gone to work. We did call him Tyler earlier, by the way, but it is Tyler, and he is taking a drink of water right now and getting ready to come back in when the moment calls for it, but he's on the bench right now. It's a 73-66 ball game. And so the Tigers get a little bit quicker against this press. And they get it up court. Almost give it away. Pass it to the foul line. Jumper from there, no good. And the rebound is snatched in by Kingsborough. Jumper would not go. Howell inside. Howell had the ball ripped away finally, and Minor is on it for Queensborough.
Yeah, slinky move, but not strong there. He has to power that up and try to finish.
There you go with your slinky moving it.
Hey.
73-66, 4:24 to go. Backing it out is Washington. And this is what you want to do here, Sean. You want to take some time off that clock.
Yeah, and this is reminiscent of the North Carolina delay.
But you don't want to give up the ball, and they did. Medard gave it up. And here is Howell trying to follow, and he gets it.
Chase, that's it right there.
Missed, but Howell got it. And he has 6 points, and now it is but a 5-point game.
That's what they want there, powering up and making sure he's finishing. And Hassan right now is upset. He just walked to the baseline, not sure what the problem is.
He looks like he has a migraine. 3:59 to go in the ball game. It is a 5-point lead, and what happened? Somebody got hurt.
No, I think what happened there is Hassan's asking for a foul in that sequence that when Howell made that shot. But in the interim, one of their players, and it looks like
someone's being stretched out.
Yeah, Darrell Robinson is cramping up, so not sure who that is on the floor.
Well, he is. It is not Robinson, because Robinson is coming out, but he is losing players. 3:59 to go, but his Wave is still in this, 73-68.
That's Kester. That's Kester Chase over there.
Chase, he's very big. He has 24 points tonight. All right, Queensborough 5-point lead, still 3:52 on the clock. Washington got by his man Robinson and put it in.
Yeah, Taequann, seeing that he has space, gets right to the rack. Good play on his part.
Now it comes out to the perimeter. Cowan with it in the corner. It's a 7-point game again, and they give it up on the drive by Cowan. That's not going to help. 3:34 to go. Coming to you from Queensborough Community College, Joe Massey, Sean Couch down the final 3:34. And this has been an excellent ball game also. The Tigers have played very well. And here's Stephon Medard, who had 20 first-half points. He now has 22. He's on the right side. That matches his number, by the way. 22 for 22. In the middle to Taequann Washington. 18 seconds on the clock. He's milking it a little now. Washington right, then left. Hey, if you have a point guard that can handle the ball, use him. He goes down the baseline but can't hit the reverse, and it pops out wildly, and Chase picks it off. So Kingsborough down by 7. We'll try to work on something. All the way cross court, back outside for the 3. And you say, knock that down, son. We gave it to you, but Chase can't do it. Well, that's what they wanted, Sean, but he couldn't hit it. And then the ball comes over the midcourt line, and we have a foul. Well, that's how you do it, Sean. You set those up, get it to your shooter. Chase just didn't hit the shot, and then they had a foul.
By necessity, they have to play that way, being small. And Kester's a good three-point shooter, but just couldn't knock that one down in that instance.
And that is your classic set up your shooter set right there and get the 3, because we need one right now, but he just didn't pull it in. It was a good shot.
Yes, it was.
Washington hits his first free throw, though, and he's going to make it a bit more difficult now.
2:47 to go. Kingsborough has to decide what they're going to do. Are they going to dribble drive now and try to stop this clock being down 8, or are they going to just shoot away at the three-point line?
Now it's 77 to 68, and Washington has chipped in with 12. It's a very well-balanced effort now by the Tigers. 2:38 to go. Three-pointer and beyond. That was Robinson, who says, we're not through yet, folk. 77-71. On the break. That is 2 for... That is 2 in the bucket. 79-71 for Alan Smith. And then a jumper from the right side, no good by Chase. And this one is just about to be put in the win column with 2:09 to go if the Tigers work it right. They'll bring it back outside. Here's Washington with the ball. Washington to the left side, 1:56 to go, gives it out to Medard. Medard over to the right. You want to use clock, and he's down to 12 on the shot clock. 1:49 to go in the game. Tigers turn it back out. Now 6 seconds. You got to look for the shot here. Washington gets inside, avoids Chase, and gets hit on the play.
Impressed with Taequann Washington, just say Taequann. Controlling the tempo, reliable with the ball under pressure, getting in the lane. It's really solidified Queensborough's offense and has really carried his team with this 8-point lead.
Very nice. First free throw good. Taequann has 13 points. Well, when you have a point guard like him, he has to be the orchestrator. He has to do some things that don't always add up to scoring points. Just control the tempo. And he hits his second. And he has 14, and he's had a very good game. 81-71. 1:31 to go, and inside goes Howell, and he got hit on the play, and the foul will be called. That was Miner coming over top, trying to get the swat on him. 81-71. I'm going to call Lawrence on that one. First one, good. Howell has 7. I know they would have liked him to do more, but it's a 9-point game now. Howell trying to make the second, and he does. But, Sean, the game really wasn't played in his avenue. They had to, look for quick shots a lot. 81-73. 1:29 to go. They're going to close in on Washington. Holds the ball away, gets it up to Medard. 1:23 to go. Sends it down along the baseline to Lawrence, who's had a good effort also. And he puts it back outside with 21 to shoot, and they've done this very well over the past couple of minutes. Leading at 81-73. Here's a tricky dribble by Washington, and then they'll bring it back out. Well, Kingsborough's not going to foul. It's too late on the shot clock. Medard misses, and Miner brings it back out, and here is a three-point shot that won't go, and Kingsborough has it with 53 seconds to go, and Cowan loses it. But he loses it to his teammate. And Chase can't put it in. There's a lid on that basket, and now a foul. game has slipped away from Kingsborough because they haven't been able to connect on their shots. And the Tigers have had too much in the way of Taequann Washington and company, and they now have an 8-point lead, and they're about to get their, their third CUNY win in the Community Conference ranks. They would be 3-4. First one is good. And overall, Sean, they would be
5-13.
5-13, and
3-4 in the conference.
By the way, in the conference, Kingsborough would jump to 1-6 in the conference.
They could be 1-8. I would not want to play this team in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was saying something. I was telling someone that before. It just doesn't matter. 83-73. Here's a jumper from outside. No good. Chase's evening is probably over. 24 points. He really put on a good show. They give it in to Howell. Game is just about finished, but Howell goes in anyway and gets hit, gets fouled, gives himself 10 points. Let's run down the point totals. It's an 8-point game. Washington 16 for Queensborough now. Closing in on Medard's 22. And the big guy, Jenkins, 13. That was a solid 13 from Jenkins. First free throw, the three-point play free throw is good by Howell. And they'll call a timeout because it's a 7-point game. And because of three-point shots, you never call a game over these days. Never. We're doing a game down at City College in the senior college ranks about 9 years ago. And Baruch looks like they're out of the game. City College about to wrap it up, and Baruch comes down, hits 2 threes, and all of a sudden we have a frantic finish. So what Queensborough wants to do here is get that ball across the midcourt line, Sean. Let's not give them anything easy here. Let's not give them 2 quick points.
Taequann Washington is going to get the ball, and he's not going to want to give it up. He's knocked his free throws down under pressure.
Ever? Never give it up?
He's not going to give it up. Once he gets it,
he's going to take that ball home with him?
He's been the rock for this team.
He really has. He's done a fine job. And you said he came over from the Wave, and he's waving hello to his good friends here. It'll be thrown in from the baseline by Medard. First they have to get the inbound in, though. Cowan does not defend the inbound. He tries to get to Washington right away, and they're going to hook on to Washington.
They knew he was going to get the ball, and he still got it.
And there are 26 seconds to go. Hey, Washington has made all the free throws tonight. He has been clutch and much. He certainly hasn't been hack-a-shack by any means. Washington will stand there with just Howell defending the lane just about, and one other player, Gomes. So they will try to hit on a long pass and get it up there if he misses. 2 shots for Washington. First, he is good. He has 17. Star of the second half has been Taequann. As good a point guard as you'll see come through this community college ranks. He is very good. Second is good. 18 for Washington. They had a guard here, Taequann Simpson, many years ago, who was a very good one at Queensborough when they won their last community college championship, and they rush it down, and there's a foul as Robinson got hit. Of course, we saw Taequann Simpson go on to play further in Jamaica, Queens with the York College Cardinals and win 2 championships in a row. And I used to call him Mr. February. First one is good. Robinson hits his first, makes it 85-77. I called him Mr. February because he saved his best efforts for big games. Second one is good. 13 for Robinson. It's 85-78, and they close in on Washington. They say, we want to see you do that again. So it's a case of trying to get him to miss here, down by 7, 20.8 seconds to go, and then pitch the ball up court and try a 3 or get a quick 2. Queensborough's first with Washington is no good. He was bound to miss one. I think his arms are getting tired shooting them now. 85-78. I think he's had about 9 of them. Second one is good. He's got 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a bucket.
Wow.
6 and a foul.
Hey, Joe, he went down the court in 4 seconds and got an and one here.
Put a watch on him, and this kid can get down court. Robinson, who now has 15 points.
That was impressive right there. No, that was Kester. Hello?
Oh, we lost power.
Uh-oh.
That's this. Did we lose a plug?
We have no power.
We'll get it back.
All right. He said to talk.
Well, we're just about at the close. It's 86-81 in Kingsborough, making a furious attempt to stay in there, and they will get the ball on the inbound.
Down 5 here, Joe. Not over.
Whoa. That courtesy of Mr. Robinson in that terrific move. Now you look outside. I think you're ready for the three-point shot if you can get one. They come out to Gomes, who fires. No. And then snatching it and getting tied up was the big guy again.
Boy, they got the shot they wanted. Desmond Golden was wide open. Was down in the rim, rimmed out.
They bring it back outside. 6 seconds. No for Kingsborough. 3 seconds. Blocked. Taken out of the air, and that'll do it. Jenkins made the block. After Jenkins had got tied up, they got the ball back in the corner, but that's going to do it. And the Kingsborough Wave stay right here all night, but they lose at 86-81 on a terrific effort by Queensborough. They just had too many talented players coming after the Wave, and they were able to hold them off.
Stephon Medard in the first half, Joe, and Taequann Washington in the second really solidified this win for him. And this is a big, big win for Queensborough, coming in 3-4 and solidifying themselves in the middle of the conference.
22 for Stephon Medard and 19 for Taequann Washington. It might have been 20. We'll have to check on that, but he was right up there. 13 for Jenkins. Terrell Jenkins did a marvelous job. And who else did they get in there? Well, they got 5 from Minor. Lawrence chipped in with 10 points. Yeah. It was a well-rounded effort in the final analysis. It was Medard early in the game who got everything going, but everybody else chimed in there.
And this Queensborough team is a different team with Stephon Medard on the roster. He shows that he can fill it up, he can score, good defender also, and he changes the complexion of the team.
All right, let's look over at Kingsborough, and we see just their usual amount of success in terms of offense. Chase 24 points, Robinson 16, and then Brown had 11, Howell had 11, Cowan had 11. They just didn't have enough at the end, and it's Kingsborough lost to Queensborough, and the next time we'll see you out here will be against Hostos Community College. And that should be an even more interesting game because I heard Hostos is a pretty good ball club.
Hostos is a tough club. They have very good player. They have one player in particular, their 3-man, who is a dynamic scorer. So over the rim type, very difficult to guard.
I'm Joe Massey for Sean Couch, and Sean said it best. This is the final analysis. Even if Kingsborough goes into the tournament 1-10, you wouldn't want to play them.
You don't want to play those guys.
You don't want to play them. You just can't trust a game in the tournament with them. They're still a pretty good basketball team. But I tell you this, Queensborough has it going. And you might need about 10 players to get it done in the tournament for a few rounds. So this Tiger team looks good. We'll see you next time out here, coming on a weekend game against Hostos. We'll talk to you next time.